morning everyone and welcome to beautiful Siem Reap in Cambodia. How are you today? How's everyone doing today? Having a good day? Check out this little pathway here near the river. I think there's a river here. And it's very nice to walk and just chill a bit. Okay, so Siem Reap is a city in Cambodia, in beautiful Cambodia. It's not any city, it is maybe the most famous city in entire Cambodia. It is of course the city with Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is the biggest and maybe the most famous temple in the entire world. And if you've ever seen a Cambodian flag, checking that one right now. Oh, there is. Check this. This one is of course Angkor Wat on the flag. So if you've ever seen a Cambodian flag, then yes, the thing on the flag is Angkor Wat. It is probably the most famous city in entire Cambodia because of Angkor Wat. And if I ask you what the capital is, I guess a lot of people would probably think it is Siem Reap because of that. The capital is of course not Siem Reap, it is Phnom Penh, which is a different city around a 6 hours drive away from here. So, for some reason, let me adjust this a little bit, I decided to go to Siem Reap. And to be honest, I don't really know why. For this trip, I'm not really here for Angkor Wat or for temples or things like that. Funnily enough, you need like a Angkor Wat pass to visit those temples, which I will not buy. I think it's like $25 or $50 or something like that. But because I'm not planning on going there, I can kind of like save that money on that and spend it on other things. I have two plans for today. The first one is finding a gym, and I already found one that's like somewhere around here. And the second one is to find a cafe. I want to do a little bit of work on my own projects, and I'm hoping to find like a nice, cute cafe where I can just sit down with my laptop and they let me code in peace for maybe a couple hours. So I said I came to Siem Reap because I wanted to have a break. But the funny thing is I was already on a break. So this is kind of like a break from a break. I'm still based in Japan and I wanted to have a break from Japan. So I went to Bangkok. I was in Bangkok for a little bit and Bangkok started getting a bit too hectic for me. So I decided to take a break from Bangkok and went to Cambodia instead. So kind of like this entire trip here is a break of a break. Alright, let's go find a gym and then start the day. I don't really know what it is about Cambodia that makes me keep wanting to come back here. I think the people here are just so friendly. Like my people are some of the most friendly and hospitable that I've met on my travels so far. And every time I come back here, I get reminded of their kindness. And it's just this really nice vibe here that just calms me down, and it's just very pleasant to be here. Recently I'm trying to split my time into work days and creative days, and today is officially one of my work days. So on work days I usually just try to find like a local cafe or just some cute place where I can use my laptop and just work on my own projects a little bit. And that's exactly the plan right now. I'm just kind of like wandering through Siem Reap to look for a cute cafe. At least we found a gym. Looks like I found both of the things I've been looking for in one single place. Perfect. So I wanted to find a cafe, but this gym here already has Wi-Fi and coffee, so I think I'm just gonna stay here and do what I want to do here instead. So for today there was two things that I wanted to work on. So I have this app called Fix My Japanese. I can show you that quickly. What it is, it's a website that allows you to fix your Japanese grammar with the help of AI. So on the left side you type in your Japanese text that you want corrected and you click fix. Then it loads on the right side a little bit and it gives you the corrected Japanese sentence out. It also tells you all of your grammar mistakes. For example, in this case here, it tells you, I should have used a different form of politeness. I can switch here different levels, like I can say casual, kansai, polite, or email keigo. For example, if I switch it to casual and I click fix it, you can see that now it turned it into casual speech. For example, 連絡したよ。支払いの状況を確認したいんだ。ごめんけど、明日からちょっとね、blah blah 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 blah. So basically it corrected everything to be casual speech instead of politeness. And gives you all of the corrections here. So this website is actually quite popular. I think per week I have around 700 unique users. The only problem is no one is really paying for it. And there's some additional things, for example, more advanced models you can use if you pay. but it's not enough for people to actually pay for it, because the free version is just good enough, so no one really has the need to pay money for it. So what I've been thinking for today is I want to add a paywall as an experiment to a few more things. For example, right now you can do different politeness levels. You can say email keigo, polite, formal, casual, and kansai. And especially the more polite levels like email keigo and polite are more relevant to work. So if you're working in a Japanese environment, there's a higher chance that you need those levels. So I'm thinking I'm leaving the formal and the casual levels free for everyone, like it currently is. But I think the email keigo and the polite versions I want to put behind a paywall and see if that really entices more people to pay for it, especially if they're using it for work. So that's like one of my things that I want to do today. The other task is I have this website called Microfunction, which is it's a cloud runner for small JavaScript functions. It looks like this. So let me quickly log in here. It's like a runner for very small JavaScript functions. For example, if I go to, what's a good example? For example, let's use this function called test hello. The only thing it does is it returns hello. If I click on run now, it runs the function in a JavaScript sandbox. Here it returns hello because this function returns hello. So it's kind of like a cloud environment for JavaScript functions. The only problem here as well is that it's not really many people are currently using it or paying for it, and I'm trying to think about how to pivot it into like a different strategy, into like maybe something that is a bit more useful for others. So one of the ideas I had was, now that for example Claudebot and AI are very popular, what if we pivot this platform into something where it's not just functions that users write, but we let AI write and execute functions. So these are the two things I was hoping to do today. I like my remarkable setup here. It's currently 1:30 p.m. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 hours we can stay in this cafe here, and then probably find a different place somewhere and go out a bit, so I'm not the entire time just inside and working. Yeah, I think that's the plan for today. Okay. It's about 4 hours later, around 5 p.m. Time to go back. Problem really when you work for yourself is that it's very hard to keep track of time. I actually didn't want to work that much today. I was thinking maybe 3 p.m. but now it's already 5. There's not really any sidewalks, as you can see. So you're kind of like always walking kind of half on the street. You kind of just have to like weasel your way around like these things on the side, like cars or I guess dogs. Okay, and here are the things that I managed to ship today. Let's see if people are going to get upset about that. I have a feeling yes, but check this out. So, this is Fix My Japanese, as I showed before. Now we have like a new banner here at the top that says we're testing new pro offerings to keep Fix My Japanese online. Please tell us what you think. And then I'm currently not logged in, and if I try to click on Polite or on Keigo here, on one side it's gonna open like this page here, and it tells me I need to upgrade. But if I'm already logged in, then of course everything works as is before. I also like refactored the pro upgrade page in general. There was like a little bit of like dirty code and code smells that I wanted to get rid of, but at least now it's a little bit more cleaner and a little bit nicer. Sadly for microfunction, I did not get to the things that I actually wanted to get. But I built a little Elixir library for Firebase so that it's much easier to integrate Firebase into like an existing Elixir app, and microfunction will then use that. Yeah, sadly not exactly what I wanted to do, but hey, at least this is stuff that I wanted to kind of like get out of the way at some point, and at least now it's finished. So yeah, that was my day here in Siem Reap. I guess a lot of coding and not so much Siem Reap. But as I mentioned, it just calms me down a lot to be here in Cambodia. It's just the atmosphere and the vibe is like really helping me with like calming my brain and like getting me a little bit more into the zone. So I feel like it's much easier for me to focus on those things that I've been putting off for a little bit too long. So I feel like much more here in focused. than I would be otherwise. Let's see how long this novelty is lasting. Probably after like around a week, I might also just get very, very bored and then just head back to Tokyo. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.